Many people don't know that Julius Malema want the best for South Africans. Yes, that is why he keep doing things to make the government understand the right part of government. That is why he is speaking against some irregularities. Just watch this.
Of Daniel, for the last 4 years, audited financial statement has not been submitted. What's your take on that?
That's why it's opportunistic. They can speak about SAA, they can speak about AXA, they can speak about all different kinds of state-owned enterprises that have shown a little bit of a turn, but they deliberately leave Denel out of it. Because if it's the honest reflection on how you are performing, you should be able to show where you are making inroads and then accept where you are not making inroads. And Denel is such an institution that has been failed by this government. I've been thinking along the same lines when they were saying this one is making progress, this one, and they say nothing about Denel, which is a strategic asset that we have as a country. So that's one of the signs that this government has got no plan to turn around the state-owned enterprises and to grow our economy and make sure that companies like Denel continue to play their strategic role.
Maybe the last one, the issue of RAF, the liabilities there are persistent, are increasing, and the revenue is actually less than the expenses. What's your take on that? Because they're going into 400 billion.
Well, we need to stabilize RAF. I think there was someone who took a deliberate decision to cause instability at RAF. The CEO was doing a very good job in trying to make sure that the money end up with the end user and doesn't disappear in between. And he became a target of those who became the beneficiaries of corruption, as it were, at RAF. And that's why we got that situation we have. But I've seen that Parliament is seized with that matter, and I hope that Parliament intervention will help to restore stability at RAF, and will continue to, assist the victims, because it's more about victims more than anything else.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Malema, can I ask you something completely different? Just on G20 and President Donald Trump's utterances and our government's non-response to that. What's the EFF's take on that?
Well, Donald Trump he knows what he's doing. America has got the best intelligence in the world. He knows there's no genocide in South Africa. He knows that a tiny minority few that continues to peddle lies about us are actually the ones who are causing unnecessary panic, both here at home and in the international market, which is not in the interest of South Africans, particularly those who are involved in business, and more in particular at the agricultural level, because it is the agricultural sector that stands to benefit from those opportunities. And when you close them out, you're closing Afrikaners out, yet you claim to represent the Afrikaners. That's why the Afrikaners had to rise on their own and say this is a complete lie. There's a bit of crime in South Africa. We assist with that matter, but to say there is a genocide is a completely misplaced. Donald Trump doesn't know politics and doesn't know the world itself, and he survives through those who are hero worshipping him, the fanatics who are like him, do not know the implications of what they're talking about, and as a result take extremely wrong decisions. The G20 is going to continue without America, and will hand it over to America. It will be successful with or without him, and that will demonstrate to him that he's not alpha and omega in the world.
As a parting shot, what do you think our government should be doing about it? I mean, the response has been very lackadaisy to a certain degree.
Well, we are in a very difficult situation now, especially with the G20 coming, and we are hosting it. So your government ought to be very careful on how we go about it. Try to trade and do the counter offers and all of that. Once the G20 is done, we must come back to this racist. They need to be charged with serious charges of engaging in activities that undermined the sovereignty of the South African state. South Africa as a state must never be compromised by racist interest of a tiny minority, which we must deal with decisively. We are now going to have visitors You know, even when we're fighting at home, when they are visitors, we behave differently. But we've seen the AfriForum and them are not wanting to behave differently, you know, in acknowledgement that there are visitors coming, and we must not show our dirty linen to our visitors. But once the visitors are gone, we must go back and deal with this racist and put them at their own place. These are terrorists, and they need to be dealt with as such. They are terrorists. They want to harm this country. They want to destabilize the economy of this country, and we need to decisively deal with them as a state.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you have to say concerning what Julius Malema said in this video? And I hope you heard everything he said. Drop your own opinion in the comment section. Let's know what you think. See you in my next upload. And bye for now.